If you're a fan of King Kong, Star Trek, or Superman, chances are you are familiar with the work of John C. Berkey, one of the most influential futurist painters of his time. Berkey is known for his paintings depicting mind-blowing spaceships gliding through beautiful galaxies. After studying at the Minneapolis School of Art, he worked for 8 years at Brown & Bigelow, a company that produced calendars, posters, and prints. Berkey painted up to 70 paintings per year at this job, mostly depicting American historical scenes such as the westward expansion of the 1800s. Painting such scenes required knowledge of the workings of roads, bridges, railways, mining, shipping, milling, and farming. Learning all of this knowledge of the past allowed Berkey to look to the future. Luckily, in the 1960s, so was NASA. NASA commissioned Berkey to illustrate for them while they worked on getting beyond the atmosphere and to the moon. By the 1970s, he was introduced to the world of sci-fi when Ballantine Books' Star series commissioned him to paint for them. He went on to create paintings for some of the most recognized franchises in the world, while continuing to make recognized designs for stamps, book covers, and magazines. His great work and notoriety continued well into the 1980s and 90s. In 2004, Berkey was inducted into the Society of Illustrators Hall of Fame. Here in the permanent collection, we will look at one of his pieces. Here we have Interstellar Travel, painted in acrylic on board in 1984. It was made for the Society's science fiction exhibition in June and July of that year. In usual Berkey fashion, we see a beautifully complex spaceship soaring through space speckled with blue planets. From afar, this almost looks like an abstract painting. The ship speeding by leaves streaks of light that drag horizontally across the painting. Upon closer inspection, what seem to be expressionist strokes of paint are actually the inner mechanisms of this colossal ship. We see several small ships flying alongside the big one, giving us a sense of its massive size. The ship houses several sections which look like big buildings. One can see their windows, towers, and what appears to be landing docks for the smaller ships. This enormous structure is only rivaled by the planet to its upper left. The surrounding planets in space heavily contrast to the ship. They are all monochromatic in blue, save for the shading on the planets. This vast space, though filled with planets, feels empty in relation to the bustling ship. It took a lot of talent and creativity for Berkey to come up with this intricate scene. To me, it almost feels architectural. The paint is meticulously applied and the lines are very clean. I love paintings that appear differently from afar than they do up close, and this is definitely one of them. I, for one, was delighted when I saw what appeared to be Impressionist-style brushstrokes transform before my eyes into a technically rendered spacecraft. What do you feel when you see Interstellar Travel?